Let's see here. No. No, it's not in vain.
Add an M there after ter in your search.
Here we go.
Isha, you might want to search term 14 because there's a lot of term.
No, I thought so, but it's not working. Term 14.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready? Here we go. I'm sorry for the delay. We'll just have to deal with the black screen and I'll fix it later, okay? All right, if we keep working hard, if we work really hard, Stanley, we can finish your book this term, okay? I don't think we can really do it, but if Geshe-la doesn't keep telling stories like Grandpa, we might be able to finish. But then again, it won't be much fun. So we'll be able to finish a 300-page book by Stanley. By the way, the first chapter is the most important one. And if we don't make it to 2046 or whatever, the first chapter is the most important. So that's the one that will really help people, okay? I have input the Sanskrit, but Stanley's supposed to break it up, try to break it up and pronounce it with words help maybe. So that's up to you guys. All right.
Yes.
It's fun, I think. And you know, you'll need words help to do it. But my policy is to break up the Sanskrit. I don't think it's fair to give a reader this line. You know, it's not fair. It's like 10 words, and you could split it up and then it will actually help people because they can play with it and they can try to match the Sanskrit to your English or your Chinese. So I just go ahead and, by the way, if you thought Viagra was a new thing, it's here. Okay, Stanley. I'm just kidding. Never mind. You don't know what it is. You're too young to know. Okay. So here's the root text, okay? Dang, but you can't see my, hey, how do I switch the screen from, it's just happening inside a Word. Who can tell me how to fix it?
Yeah, go to Word on it's the upper left-hand corner where it says Word. Go to Preferences.
Under Word?
Yeah, that's it. Preferences there. Yep.
Okay.
General tab, upper left. And then down at the bottom, personalize. Dark mode has a white page color.
Should I click that?
Yeah.
Or just turn off dark mode?
It's up to you. It's up to you. This is a personal preference issue.
Oh, yay. Yay, Kramer.
Cool.
Okay. That's better. Okay, because now we can see my bolding. All right, Stanley, we're not going to worry about the root text, okay?
Okay.
Because we're in a horse race, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, please read this. And you know who would love to criticize you is this lady named Xiaoping. So let's go. Che Chung.
Che Chung, Connery, Koki, Good, Nga, Wan She Tok Che Su, Shepan Mi Tapatel, Done, Gelongdak, Miki Namba She Be Gumpo Sheki, Gomboy Nam Tu Ni Ma Yin No, She Wang She Tok. Giáo dục xếp bà thằng kéo về chữ shena.
Good. Your pronunciation is really good. Sometimes when you don't do something for a while and you come back to it, you're really good at it for the first time, and then you go back to normal. I'm just telling you, this is my experience. I think this is probably Po'o. We'll check it later. Okay. So konare means what, you guys?
If someone says,
Achik.
Yeah, somebody comes and, okay, we're going to have a debate. Somebody comes and says, hey, you, Shepa, you said, you explained that the Wangshe, the sense organ awarenesses, the awareness of your eye, awareness of your ear, nose, tongue, and skin, you said those 5 doors awareness were tokche. Tokche means they have topa with no S, okay?
Yeah.
And that's mite. What's that mean, you guys?
Mistaken, and that's wrong.
Yeah, mite bata, okay? Mite bata, it's, you gotta be wrong when you say that the awareness of what you're seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling with your skin, when you say those involve topa, tokche, you said those have topa, but you're wrong because the sutras say, dole, hey, gelodar,
hey, monks,
hey, monks, Miki number shepa,
your eye consciousness.
the awareness of your eye, mambashe,
Sees nose blue.
it knows blue, ki, but
Huh.
it doesn't nyam, ngumbo.
Doesn't think to himself, that's blue.
Yeah, good.
Uh-huh.
It never thinks to itself, that's blue.
Mm.
Okay, Mayan, it doesn't do that. Therefore, the sutras say that the sense awarenesses are toktel.
Bereft of incorrect.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
non-conceptual.
They cannot have conception. They
Discursive
cannot
thought.
have conception or discursive thought. They cannot. Shepa, that's what's taught in the sutras. And you gawa.
You just contradicted it.
Yeah, because our author said the awareness of the visual, audible, gustatory, etc. awarenesses, they involve topa. They have topa. Okay, got it, you guys?
Mm.
Vasubandhu said they have topa, and then his opponent says, "Look, they don't think to themselves. How can they have topa?" Okay. All right. Here's the answer. Stanley's reading. So gang is criticizing.
겸해 때 지왕 셰떡 메투 락향
Dra-
디
Oh,
락향 디 덕 슈키 덕체 니 셴규 nga 난센
ngày ngày
ngai nan sen ki tok che ki wangdu yela.
che là
Oh, chela.
let's stop there. That's a good place to stop. Okay. Kinmede. Kinmendu.
No problem.
No problem. No problem. Here, generally speaking, everybody says, talk, okay,
Hmm.
that Wangshe is Tokme.
Yeah. The sense
Everybody
awareness.
agrees that your sense awarenesses don't talk to themselves. Okay, we all agree. Everybody says that. But di tokche ki tokche ni, but we're talking about a different tokche here. Okay, we're not talking about talking to yourself. That's not what tok means here. And by the way, when you get to Venerable Upala's Kamala Shila text, there's topas flying around like crazy. It's like popcorn, different kinds of topa, okay? So look, when we say in the Abhidharma Kosha that when you look at something, you have topa, we're not saying you're thinking to yourself, oh, look, there's blue. Okay, got it?
Mhm.
We're talking about a different topa, which is Nangsen. It's a member of the group called Shengyur, which word is going to explain to us because he translated this part.
Shengir means those with an indefinite object.
What was an example?
It refers to one of the groups, one of the members, I guess, depends on what school, how many types of mental functions. And an example is sleep, and another is regret.
Yeah, and Shengyur means, look, it could go either way. It could be virtuous, it could be non-virtuous, it could be neutral, okay? It's not fixed. It's not fixed. Shengyur means not fixed, indefinite, okay? So when we're in the Abhidharma, when we're talking here about topa, we are not talking about thinking or conscious thought. We're talking about the Shengyur topa, which means tok tang chupa tsing shib ni for $50. Tok tang chupa tsing shib ni. $50, Abhidharma. Tsing shib. Tsing shib.
Talking about Vitarka and Vichara, right?
Exactly. Take it to the grocery. Take it to
Nice.
Clark's grocery store, Nick, and you got $50 for your kid's scholarship fund.
Oh, that's my grocery store. So they play really good rock and roll there, and it's true.
Yeah.
And if you just hear just your general awareness that they're playing, what was it that I heard recently? The Cramps or something.
The cramps.
That one's
That's topa.
yeah, Tokpa.
Yeah. And what's chupa?
It's when you are really zooming in on the bass line and like, wow, that guy's really
Exactly.
killing it.
Or if you're Nick, you're like zooming in on the lead guitarist. Okay. Got it, you guys? So look, we're not talking about topa the way Kamala Sheila uses it with random self-existent thoughts. We're talking about topa, and we're not talking about topa as the inner conversation, which is the way the sutra just took it. We're taking it as a general noting of the object as opposed to an analysis of the object, okay? Just notice the music in the store without deciding how the bass player is doing is called, what's the Sanskrit name?
Vitarka.
Yeah, vitaka. General awareness that there's music. And can your visual consciousness do that, Nick?
I think according to this, yes.
Yeah, it just notices blue. It doesn't say light blue, dark blue, turquoise blue, green blue. It's hey, there's a kind of blue out there. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not even a conversation. It's just an awareness. Okay. That's what we're talking about here. Wang Chi means that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about inner conversation or stuff like that. And we're not talking about this Madhyameka thing where you take something to be self-existent. We're talking about topa in the context of noting and examining. Okay, yay. Where does it occur elsewhere, you guys? This famous conversation with Mr. Kramer,
In the Yoga Sutra.
the Yoga Sutra. Yeah, it's a big topic in the Yoga Sutra. Okay, let's go, Stanley. And who's checking you? Utpala. Utpala.
저는 내 왕시 nga tok chào du sumpani getba tokba tang je chang ki
Jen,
jen
Jen,
ki tokbe namba mik tokba chik rik la dombe
lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yeah, and as translators, you sure as hell better know which topa they're talking about when you say there's no topa going on, because it's very frequently used in emptiness books, okay? And in that case, it means no misperception of reality. Okay, so it's a difficult word. Dole wang she nga tok jiao. In the sutras say that the sense awarenesses don't have thought. Okay, they're talking either chirik about ngepatopa or jedengitopa. Okay, so ngepatopa means some kind of ascertainment, and jedengitopa means some kind of memory. All right. So they're you can translate topa, by the way, Stanley, as thought. And there's a billion meanings of thought. So when the sutra says your eye awareness of colors and shapes doesn't have thought, it's talking about either ascertainment or it's talking about recollection. And we're gonna see what those mean right now. Here we go. Same people, Stanley and Sugen. You ready?
Yeah. Data
Don't stop running. You just started and you're young.
data ki joksu yote getok ni yishe tang sunden yen ba
Giang Hòa.
yenwa jetoki kasu jungwa gopo yudung
Ngô Ngô
ngo yudung chi gene zimbe shera chi la che.
Okay, good. So Vasubandhu says, look, when the sutra says that the perception of blue doesn't have thought, it's talking about either this kind of thought or that kind of thought. But it's not talking about a rough awareness like vitarka, okay? So here we go. Do you want to know what those other two kinds are that the sutra says your awareness of blue doesn't have? Okay, got it? Well, the first one is called definite thought, and that refers to a yangwa. What's yangwa in meditation, you guys?
Distraction.
Yeah, a distraction, which is linked with sungden, it's a mental function, which is linked with your awareness of your thoughts. Okay, there's a awareness where the mind is going off the object, and it's linked to your mental awareness. Okay, when you hear yourself think, that's where this first kind of thought is talking about, and that's the one the sutra says your perception of blue doesn't have. Okay, when do you get this kind of distraction? Jeto.
After.
Yeah, after meditation. Okay, it doesn't happen in meditation. Okay, it's after meditation. You start thinking after meditation, okay, about something else. But what's its essence? No, what's the real nature of this topa? Oh, that goes to the denchi of the yu. Okay, what's that mean? Instead of dachi,
The term that actually
somebody tell me about French.
Drachi is watching a movie and seeing the Eiffel Tower and just having a picture of it in your head, as
Good.
opposed to the dunchi, which is the actual projection of the image as
Yeah.
the thing.
You
Real life.
went to France and you saw the Eiffel Tower, and now you're describing it to somebody back in New York. That's called dinchi. And when you just heard about the Eiffel Tower on the radio or something, then that's dachi. Okay, that's a picture you got in your mind just from the word. Okay, so he's talking here. The first kind of topa that the sutras say you don't have, okay, when you're seeing blue, your sense perceptions don't have, it's this one where after meditation, you start thinking about something else in general terms, okay? And in fact, it's a form of shit-up. If someone gets this right, I'll give them $50.
Intellect.
Damn, I hate you. I had such a nice break from paying you money. All right. That's perfect. Perfect answer, okay? Don't forget, in the Abhidharma, shit-up can mean intellect. And it can be Chen. What's that mean?
Be bad.
It
Problematic.
can be bad. Like if I cute thing, sent it to me, you guys. You can see this. This is. She went to Starbucks, okay? And it says, I don't know if you can see it. Can you read it?
I love you. You're probably thinking, you don't even know me. Lift it higher again.
You don't even know me, but
But if people can hate for no reason, I can love.
As she said, people are going crazy about this sign. I love you. You're probably thinking you don't even know me. But if people can hate people for no reason, I can love people for no reason. Okay. It's a very sweet. She said everyone's going crazy on it. Why did I bring that up? Anyway, it has something to do with this. Oh, messed up wisdom, corrupted intellect. I hate you even though I don't know you, okay? That in the Abhidharma, that's a form of shit-up. So in Abhidharma, you can't call shit-up
wisdom.
what? Wisdom. You have to call it intellect. And Hitler had intellect, right? So, he was a smart guy in some ways. Okay. All right. Who's next? Oh, Stanley, let's go. Oh, so the first kind of thinking that the sutra says your perception of blue doesn't do is when your mind goes off to some mental picture. Okay, because your mind's not going to a mental picture, is it? It's going to an outside blue. Okay, when your mind goes off to a mental picture, that's called ngetok. That's one kind of tokpa. And the sutra says you can't do that when you're seeing blue. You can't think about the Eiffel Tower when you're seeing blue. Okay, second one, here we go. Stanley, you ready? I'm sorry, this part is hard, Stanley. And after that, it gets really easy for 14 years.
제창 기덕 바니 이키 남셰 당 순댕 냠제 탐체 니뚜 중화 ngô ngô tramba shikla chebe
Okay, good.
Jemba.
So the second kind of thinking that the sutra says you cannot have while you're looking at a blue is this one, which is called thinking in a memory, thinking as a memory, okay? So Yiki Namshe Dansung Den means, look, it's linked to your awareness of your mind. You can have it in meditation, or you can have it after meditation. It happens in all situations. And what is it? It's just remembering something that Xiaoping said yesterday. Okay, you cannot think about something your friend said yesterday when you're focused on the color blue. So when the sutra says you can't have topa, thinking, it's just talking about thinking about something that happened yesterday if you're really focused on the color blue, okay? Got it, you guys? So there's two kinds of topa, thinking, that the sutra says you cannot have if you're watching blue. But the Abhidharma thinking here means seeing something roughly and not seeing the details. Okay? Because you're going to hit this topa hundreds of times in scripture. And what you guys just learned as a translator is that it's a snake and it's going to bite you. You know, topa has 10 different meanings without the S, right? And you got to understand that you have to approach it carefully and translate it carefully or you'll get in trouble, okay? So Vasubandhu says, hey, you guys, next time you hit topa in a text, just be aware it might mean to think about something roughly and not in detail, okay? And it doesn't have to mean self-existent perception, all right? Got it, you guys? Everybody say yes.
Yes.
Oh, God, it's so quiet. That's so quiet, okay. All right, we're on to section 3. I like to go and get you the sections just so we don't wander around. And we're gonna talk about che mache. We're gonna divide states of mind into whether they have or they don't have. Okay, this che means have. Okay, do they have it or they don't have it? What does that mean? We don't know yet. Here's the root text. Here it says, I'll translate it for you. 7 of the 18 categories of the Abhidharma Kosha do have objects. And also half of the Dharma Dhatu, okay? The mind Dhatu, okay? Half of it does have, does come with the object, okay? And we don't know what that means yet, okay? Here we go. Okay, Stanley, let me get this together for you. Here we go. Go ahead. Yeah.
I didn't get that. Could you try
Oh,
again?
just shut up. I didn't ask you to talk. All right. That's my theory.
I don't know what that means. If you like, I can search.
Stop.
I thought that was Stanley. for a second.
Okay.
Looks like Stanley.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Shejun.
Shejun sem ki kam dung mi churchin mikba tangche pa yinde ranki mik yu mikbe sheba yimbe.
Okay, how many of the, well, let me ask you this, Stanley. Let's go this way. How many dhatus are there according to the Abhidharma first chapter? How many categories are there? Total.
18.
18. Yeah, 18. Basically 6 subjects. 6 objects, 6 sense powers, and 6 awarenesses. Okay, 6 objects, 6 sense powers, including the mental sense power, and 6 awarenesses. Okay, they divide 6, 6, 6, and 6. Okay, now somebody asked Vasubandhu, how many of the 18 can have an object of perception? How many of the 18 can have an object of perception called mikpa? Okay. Well, obviously the 6 awarenesses could have objects of perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why does he say 7? Let's give $20, see if anybody wakes up. Why does he say 7 instead of 6?
Oh, it's about the last one. Like it's the previous previous moment of the mind.
9, yeah, it's an awareness of the perceptions of the moment before. The perceptions of the moment before become the object of the perception of your thoughts, right? Like when you close your eyes and remember a color you just saw, then the object of that perception is was the perception of the moment before of a color. See what I mean? So sometimes a perception can be a subject of the next moment's perception. or okay, sometimes a perception can be the object of the perception of the next moment. And that's why the Abhidharma, sometimes the school says, we're always living a millisecond behind. We're always a millisecond behind. We're always seeing, we're only aware of things that happened a millisecond ago, because it takes time for those to become the object of the next moment. You see what I mean? Cool?
Well, then why is it 7? I mean, why is that different? I know we covered it, but someone else has to be as funny as me on this. That's different
Well, the object of the 6th one, which is the sense power of the mind, also has its own objects. Okay.
Okay.
And not only that. Okay, so listen. And Stanley, you got to remember this. In Abhidharma language, the 6th sense is messy. Okay. The visual is easy. Visual awareness, the power of the eyeball, and colors. That's easy. That's the 3 together, right? Colors, and then the eyeball detects the colors, and then the awareness sees that the eyeball detects colors. That's easy. That group of 3 is easy. But when you get up to the mind and you close your eyes, now that one's hard. What's the object? Well, it could be the thoughts of the day before. And what's the subject? Well, it's your general awareness of those thoughts, your sensation of those thoughts. And then something's aware of you thinking. Okay, so these 3 are called, you ready? Yiki number Shepa, okay, awareness of your thoughts, okay, awareness of your thoughts, okay, and then Yi, your thoughts, which are the object of the awareness of your thoughts. Okay, got it? And then this is called Dharma Dhatu.
Yeah.
And that's all the stuff you're ever aware of in your mind, which means everything that ever happens to you. Okay. So number 6, consciousness number 6 is a weird triad. It's a weird group of 3 guys. They are weird. Okay. The 6th awareness is weird. Okay. It's 16, 17, 18, right? You got an awareness of your thoughts, and then you have the thoughts themselves, and then you have everything you ever think about, okay? Which could be anything in the universe. All right. Okay, got it? So you gotta get used to these last 3, 16, 17, and 18. You gotta get used to them. What's the equivalent for the first sense? Oh, easy. Blue color, eyeball, and awareness that I'm seeing. Okay. But when you get to the 6th one, it's more complicated. Okay, got it? So anyway, 17 is also perceiving things. Okay, got it? It also has objects.
What is the object of the mind also has objects?
Exactly. Yeah. When you say I'm aware of my thoughts, okay, Nick, when you say I'm aware of my thoughts, here's the awareness of the thoughts is number 18. The thoughts is number 17. But the thoughts is also thinking about something that happened yesterday. You know, stuff you had yesterday. You can say half of this one, number 16, is also having objects. Okay, so total of 7. Yeah, it says here, Chucky Che. Che means half. Okay. Not just the symptoms. Okay. He says the mental functions in the Dharma Dhatu, the object of the mental awareness, half of them also come with objects. Mikche.
Yeah.
They come with objects. They have their objects. Okay.
Because some of the stuff that you're aware of is mental stuff.
Some of the stuff you're aware of is aware of its own stuff. That's easy, right? Okay.
It's an easier way to put it.
All the stuff you're aware of, all the awarenesses you're aware of have their own objects. And some of those awarenesses have awarenesses as their objects. Okay. And those awarenesses have their objects. So anyway.
I mean, it's not so hard. If you
7.
just imagine being aware of a friend. Like I'm aware of Geshe Michael, and Geshe
Yeah.
Michael is aware of objects. That's easy.
Yeah. Kind of like that. That's a good example. Okay. You guys got to cook it. You guys got to cook it. The point is, when you get to the awareness of your thoughts, things get messy. Things get complicated. Okay. All right. All right. Category number 4. These are all ways of dividing reality, which is the masterpiece of the Abhidharma Kosha. The first chapter is the masterpiece. Okay. It divides reality into different categories, and that's important for your life. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're going to talk about, we finished the distinction of Chen, which means, does it have an object of perception or does it not have an object of perception? We finished that. Let's go on to
Sorry, Geshe. We didn't read the last sentence. The Chen comes.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Chen kam ki che sem chung kyang churchin mikba tang che de dak de che.
Yeah, so let's take, Che means 50%. PHYED means half. Let's take half of number 16, okay? It also has some objects of perception. What? The sensuals here have their own objects. Hatred has its own object. Intellect has its own object. Attention has its own object. Love has its own object, okay? When love is the object of your thoughts, that also has its own objects, okay? Why? Because the same reason I told you before. It's looking at something. It's a state of mind which is looking at something, okay? Love is looking at something, and you're thinking about your love, okay? Got it? Hey. Okay. So here's our next division, which is.
Can I see, hear, smell,
ahead.
taste, touch a person who holds objects?
Yes.
So all of my other objects also have objects?
Maybe. I always say write a letter to Vasubandhu, but hey, now you know you could write a letter to Dignaga and maybe get it delivered to Vasubandhu. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Stanley. Sin masin. Kramer's checking.
Simma sinki gerne chewa chungwa tang chunggyur higur
Go.
ne go ne chewa
Yewa.
yewa
Believe it or not.
Yay! Wow.
yewa sakma saki go ne yewa.
Yay.
Cheja churche ki gone yewa shin namboni.
Yay.
So we're gonna have 4 more conversations about stuff. 4 more conversations about stuff. First one is sin must sin. Can it hold an object? Can an object be held or not? Okay. Can an object be held or not? Sin is the past tense of
Zin.
Zin. Okay. So let's divide the 18 categories into those which are held and those which are not held. Okay. After that, let's divide them into those which are jungmas and those which come from the jungmas. What's that mean?
Elements.
The 4
Yeah.
elements.
The 4 elements, or jungyur means translate as products of the four
Products.
elements. Good. Yeah, the paper towel is a jungir. It's a product.
Say that
of the-
again. It got smashed in the multiple people talking, so we don't hear much of anything.
Jungir means product of the elements, like this paper towel. Jungwa means the elements. So we're gonna look at 4 divisions here, 4 ways to divide things. Number 1, can they be held by awareness or not? Number 2, are they elements or do they come from elements? Okay. Number 3, are they conglomerates or they're not conglomerates? Are they collections of atoms or not? Okay. And then finally, are they what is cut or are they the cutter? Okay. Those are 4 Abhidharma categories. I'll say it again. Are they held by perception or not? Are they the elements or are they the products of the elements? Do they result from collections of atoms or not? And can they be cut? Are they what you cut or are they what does the cutting? This is Abhidharma language, okay? So we're going to start with what can be held and what cannot be held by your senses. Okay, here we go. Stanley.
Oi, Shechun.
Stop whining. You just started.
I'm getting ready. Nam Cheki, Kam Tung Tam Senchung Che. Wow.
Yepo.
Yet, okay. Yepo Te Tak Nam Tang Ja Tang Gupo Chochin. Dear
Good.
Ma Simpa Shejate.
Good. Okay, so 8 different things are masin. They cannot be grasped. They cannot be held onto by awareness. 8 things in the universe cannot be held by an awareness. What? Well, the 7 categories which are made of consciousness, okay? They cannot be held by awareness. They are awareness. They're like the flashlight and not what the flashlight is shining on, okay? So, okay? And let's throw in your mental functions, okay? So that's half of your Dharma Doctrine. That's half of your number 16. These 8 are never held. We say they are never held. Why? They are the holder. They hold things. They are the awareness. They're not something held by awareness, okay? Now, who can guess why there's a 9th?
Oh, sound. Because
Yeah, sound cannot be held. Why?
Too subtle, too fast.
Yeah, it goes too fast. Yeah, it comes and goes too fast. According to Abhidharma, sound cannot be frozen in the perception. It goes by too fast. Okay, by the time you hear it, it's gone. Okay, so by the way, that belief is not accepted by anybody else, but they would say sound cannot be held by your awareness. Okay, all right. Okay, let's keep going. Let's confuse everybody.
Simma Simi Suk Chen Tang. Pansung
Pensun.
Pensun Papa
Chepa.
Chepa Le Sok Wa De Duk Che Mi Che La
Kemike.
Okay Mi Ke La Jopa Kang Shik Chut Nam Kyut Nam Ki Te La
The dog.
Dog? Really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I promised.
Nam Ki Te Dog Ke Mi New Beche. New Beche.
And your pronunciation is actually getting better.
Yeah.
Okay. Now he's going to define held. He's going to define what it means to be held. Okay. He says, hey, you want to know what I mean when I say held or not held? I'll tell you what I mean. First of all, it has to be sukchen. It has to be something physical. When I say held or not held, I'm talking about something physical. If it's held, it has to be physical. Okay. Only physical things can be held. That's what I mean by hold. Okay. And when these things touch each other, pensen chepa, when these physical things touch each other, they should create a feeling of either pleasure or pain. Okay. And that's what I mean by held. If you can make contact with a physical thing, and if you can have a feeling good or bad from that contact, then I call that holding. Okay. If it can give you pleasure or pain when you hold it, that's what I call hold. Okay. Physical stuff has to hit physical stuff, and then you have to get some reaction to it. And that's what I mean by held. Okay. Chomin Lama is helping us out. It's a nice clarification. Okay.
We got a problem with neutral here.
Did I? Oh yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me.
All right.
I'll tell you, in Abhidharma terms, neutral feeling is so weak that it doesn't get any credit for existing. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
We're out of time, Geshe-la.
Dang. Okay, good. We'll pick up here. By the way, Stanley, if you want
Yes.
a nice sentence to do for next time, do this next. Okay, we're starting with drama in.
Boss,
Okay.
could you finish the
If
end
you
of
want
that?
to struggle. No, I'm thinking that's a great place for Stanley to translate something.
Above the end of
The
the sentence.
kyunam ki detar
Oh,
ki.
those other guys cannot trigger feelings like that. Okay, pleasure or pain. Okay,
Huh.
if they cannot, then we don't call them sin, held. It's only things that can trigger pleasure or pain that we call held. Holdable? How's holdable? Okay, holdable? Yeah. Okay. Yay.
Do you get the impression these are neat divisions? Like,
Well, they look
com-
like BS, but they're very deep. They're very deep.
I mean, neat divisions like tidy, like exhaustive.
Oh, they're struggling. It's science, it's Aristotle. They're trying to categorize the universe.
Yeah.
And it's a noble attempt that's 2,000 years old. And they took a shot at dividing the universe into categories.
Uh-huh.
And it is how knowledge begins.
Mhm.
That's how knowledge begins. You categorize things.
Mhm.
So it's actually a monumental achievement of Abhidharma.
Mhm.
Yep. Yay. Okay, let's go get confused with words.
Hey, thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you very much.
Thank you for, by the way, no translator in this group has quit yet. And I bow down at your lotus feet for that. I can't believe it. So I feel like a lucky dad. All right.
We're the lucky ones.